So this is the comparison between MOSFET and JFET. Now we are comparing between P channel and N channel. Between MOSFETs, we are going to compare what is the performance characteristics of N channel and P channel MOSFET. P channel MOSFET is very popular because it is much easier and cheaper to produce than N channel device. So when you compare the fabrication and production, P channel is very easy to fabricate. But you see the what is the drawback? The whole mobility is nearly 2.5 times lower than the mobility of electron. So when you find the ratio between mobility of electron and hole, holes are very, very large particles. They are slower compared to electrons. So the rate at which the holes move is 2.5 times smaller than the rate at which electrons are going to move. So definitely when you consider this drawback, you will definitely go for N-channel MOSFET because majority carriers are going to be electrons. And also P-channel MOSFET will occupy a larger area than N-channel MOSFET. When you fabricate P-channel MOSFETs, it is found that the area occupied by P-channel MOSFET is very, very large compared to the same occupied by N-channel MOSFET. Okay, so fabrication is easy, but when you compare the area occupied is large and the mobility of holes is very, very less. And also the drain resistance of a P-channel MOSFET is 3 times higher than N-channel MOSFET. The N-channel MOSFET has the higher packing density, which makes it faster in switching application. Packing density means you can pack more N-channel, you can fabricate more N-channel MOSFETs in a given area when you compare to P-channel MOSFET. Because we have seen P-channel MOSFETs are going to occupy larger area, right? So when the P-channel MOSFETs are going to occupy larger area, you cannot produce more P-channel MOSFETs per unit area. So that is called by a term called as packing density. Packing density means how much MOSFETs are present per unit area. So for that, N-channel MOSFETs will have a higher number compared to P-channel MOSFETs because P-channel MOSFETs are going to occupy larger area during fabrication. And the N-channel MOSFET is smaller for the same complexity than the P-channel device. This is simple because the area is smaller. N-channel module is also going to be smaller. Due to the positively charged contaminants, the N-channel MOSFET may turn on prematurely, whereas the P-channel MOSFET will not be affected. So when you are going to diffuse a whole P-type layer, so due to the positively charged contaminants, what they are saying is N-channel MOSFET can turn on prematurely without even you're applying threshold voltage. The device can turn on automatically, but that issue will not be there with P-channel MOSFET. So there is no question on which one is better and which one is going to be used. Definitely, both the devices have their own pros and cons, but one point which makes it favorable to N-channel MOSFET is the second point, the mobility of holes. Electrons will have a larger, electron mobility is almost 4 times larger than the mobility of holes. Here they are given hole mobility is 2.5 times lower, right? The electrons will have 4 times the mobility of holes, so they can move very fast. So electrons are going to have larger mobility. The device will switch. The device will have a very large switching speed, so which makes it useful for high frequency applications. Okay, this is the comparison between N channel and P channel MOSFET. And next one you see, in N channel JFET, the current carriers are electrons, whereas the current carriers are holes in P channel JFET. Mobility of electron is larger in N channel JFET, and mobility of holes is poor in P channel JFET. This is the comparison between N and P channel JFETs. Okay, the previously till the last one we have seen the comparison between N and P channel MOSFET. Now we are comparing between N and P channel JFET. You know, JFET is a unipolar device, so you have only current conduction due to purely majority carriers or purely majority carriers. The majority carriers can be holes or electrons. In N-type, the majority carriers are going to be electrons. In P-type, the majority carriers are going to be holes. But since the mobility of electrons is very, very large compared to holes, N-channel JFET will perform superior compared to a P-channel JFET. And even you see the noise is also less in N-channel JFET compared to P-channel JFET. Whereas, and also the trans conductance is larger in N channel JFET than of P channel JFET. So all these 4 points will give you a clear difference between N and P channel JFET. So we have seen the comparison between MOSFET with JFET. Then we have seen the comparison among MOSFET, the two families N and P channel. Then the comparison between N and P channel of JFET